Morning. Welcome back to Bottles and Bottles.
What's going on, man?
Not much. Saturday morning, our usual.
This is our favorite.
We're going to do a quick shoot the shit Saturday. It was funny because Adam and I did our shoot the shit last week. We actually did it on Sunday.
Oh,
So we did a shoot the shit Saturday on a Sunday. At any rate, what's going on with you? Because you told me you had an interesting story about last Friday. Do you want to go over that now, or do you want to go over what whiskey we're drinking right now?
no, I'd just like to get that out of the way because that was pretty brutal.
Let's get into it. So what happened?
So Friday store, generally we know, you and I both go there every now and then. Every Friday they post a picture on Facebook. At 7 o'clock, they tell you what they got. And,
yes. Joe D's.
Yeah, Joe D's. You know exactly what you're buying.
Yeah.
So it's the week Russell Reserve 13 was dropping. We were confirmed on Thursday stores. So as a Friday delivery, kind of assumed they might get it. So I said, I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to do my first overnight wait. And to make a long story short, I didn't get it. So what I did, I got up there at 10:30 on Thursday night.
Oh my God.
Spent all night waiting. There was 4 people ahead of me when I got there, so I was number 5. So I was kind of in the running. If they had a case,
Yeah.
they'd give 1 to wholesale, and then 5 would go to customers. So there was a chance if they had it, I was golden. But come 7 o'clock when they post the picture to Facebook, they load the bottles up on the counter.
Yeah.
Sure enough,
Nothing.
Not one box of Russell Reserve 13.
Okay.
It was a killer, man. It was a long night. There was a lot of screaming, a lot of yelling, a lot of cussing.
How did you swing that with 2 kids?
You know, Lindsay was kind enough to say, you go do that, because it was not for me. I'll be honest. It was going to be for my father-in-law. So unfortunately, I missed out on getting him that.
Okay.
So I had to make some other things work, and I got him something else pretty special.
Okay. What'd you get?
Lindsay and I gifted him an Old Fitz Decanter Series 11-year.
Oh, okay. Was that the one you had at your house?
No, that was...
Oh, you got another one.
Yeah, I got another one.
Jeez, I don't know how you find these people, man. I really don't.
It's just, if you have the right things and the right people, it's you just got to find a way to make it work.
That's great. I actually really like going to Joe D's. I missed this week, which was unfortunate because they had so much stuff.
They probably still have stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean they had Weller Special Reserve. They had like 7 or 8 cases of it.
Yeah, that's an absurd amount.
They had like Buffalo Trace. I saw a couple cans of the E.H. Taylor. What else did they have? I don't even remember.
They had those Corazon expressions that are aged in the
yes,
the William LaRue Weller, or I think George T. Stagg barrels, which are pretty delicious. I had a bottle of the one that was aged in the Thomas H. Handy barrels. So that was pretty delicious.
Well, we missed the boat. Now that morning, did you end up getting anything? After you just waited in line from 10:30 the night before till 9 a.m. the next day.
The 12-hour Eagle Rare.
And what is it? What is the MSRP of Eagle Rare here in Cleveland right now?
I think it's $34.99 or $39.99 or something like that. So
that's such a good deal.
It is a good deal. No, it's great for.
I mean, hey, not worth the.
It's not worth the 12-hour stay. No, absolutely not. No, especially in Ohio, we get it pretty frequently, but still.
You're right.
But 12 hours is just absurd.
Man, that's a tough go. I haven't really had any extravaganzas lately. Now I am trying to get my hands on a Weller 12,
right?
Which I'm hoping to trade a bottle of Blanton straight from the barrel for.
Fair deal, definitely fair deal.
Do you think like we don't see either of those in Ohio ever?
No, they both come up in this summer lottery, so they're in the same exact lottery. Quantity of cases, I'd guess there'd be more Weller 12 if I had to guess.
Okay.
Just because I feel like they send more straight from the barrel overseas.
Yeah.
But they also send over 700 milliliter Weller 12s overseas too. So
okay,
it's a toss up. I guess it's more your taste preference. I know you've had a sample of this straight from the barrel and you enjoyed it. I don't know if you've had a Weller 12 anywhere.
I have not. I think I've had the Weller Full Proof.
Okay.
but I have not had the 12. So it's kind of a gamble, but I do have a guy who can somewhat regularly get straight from the barrel. So I'm thinking I could, possibly do a trade with him because I only have one bottle of the Blanton's
Right.
straight from the barrel right now. So
Yeah, so you kind of have more of a in with the straight from the barrel as opposed to a Weller 12.
correct. It's so rare that I ever see the Weller 12 pop up anywhere.
Yeah, no,
even on like our trade forums and stuff like that.
It's the 1 year lottery. People enjoy it, so it's not really out there it's not up for grabs very often.
Right. All right, cool. Well, let's move on. What'd you bring for us today? I've had a couple sips, and it's really good, which is interesting because looking at the bottle, I have not been a fan of this stuff previously.
So I brought a new Riff. It's their 100% malted rye. I believe it's aged 6 years.
Okay.
So it's, like I said, 100% malted rye, which is different than their general rye, which is I think 95% and 5%. But it's all their distillate. Aged 6 years. They're a pretty young distillery, up and coming.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, they have other single barrels, they have other bourbons, they have other ryes, which you haven't been a fan of. But this has been my favorite offering from them thus far.
Yeah.
I know they have the Balboa rye as well, which I've yet to try. I know you saw it.
I should have just
grab
bought it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go up there later today.
All right, just swing down the road.
Yeah, I'll give it a few hours after we're finished drinking here, and
but I think it's I think it's delicious.
This is good. This honestly might be one of my favorite ryes, aside from Angels, because I mean, Angels Envy is that rye. I don't know that anything will top that rye for me.
No, they sweeten up real nice with those rum casks.
But this is good. This almost has more of a bourbon taste to it. Like it I don't get overwhelmed with a rye.
Exactly. No, those rye
taste to it,
Those baking spices aren't really there. It's delicious. It's got more sweetness to it.
Yeah, it's definitely a sweeter one, and it's kind of like a sweetened up bourbon.
Yeah. It's
like that's the best way I can describe it. I'm not really picking anything up special. It smells like a bourbon to me.
Right. I don't know. I don't know the exact process of malting. Why it's the way it is, but
I was going to ask, what is that? What is malted?
That'd be something we can dive into and do some research ourselves. I don't really understand the malting process.
Next time we get together, we're going to do a malted segment because I'm curious to know. I don't know anything about it. If anybody out there is an expert on malted whiskey,
right?
let us know, and we'll give you a call and bring you on the podcast. I think that'd be really cool.
Very fun. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So this is really good. I've tried the New Riff single barrel. Wasn't a fan. Not sure why.
No, and then Ohio will probably do I would guess another state pick on these this year again. Like last fall, they had state picks. They had, I think, 8 or 9 barrels they picked.
Yeah.
And offer their different tasting notes and different single barrels like that.
Okay.
I had one last year. They said it kind of, the notes were chai tea, and it was, pretty similar to like the smell of a chai tea, but I didn't really enjoy the taste at all. But
okay.
I've enjoyed this. I will definitely get another one of these.
Yeah, that's good.
I know the distillery usually offers them in their gift shop in Kentucky.
Okay, I was going to say, so they have their own full-on distillery.
Yep, this is all their own stuff now.
Okay.
So as they start to age up and they get older distillate, it's going to be, I think big. They're going to do a real good job.
I agree. And I will say the bottle is very unique. I love their bottle and their branding. It has like this matte black kind of frostedness to the top of it. It's a really cool looking bottle.
Yeah, it's different. When it's full, you don't really know it's clear until you kind of get the stuff down there. In my opinion, I didn't really until my first one got down below that black,
right,
kind of matte look. You said you didn't really know it was clear down there.
Right. How long does a bottle of bourbon typically last you? Something that's not like super special. You know what I mean? Like, we're not talking your decanter series from Old Fitz or anything like that. Like your run of the mill, if you were to go pick up your everyday drinker, first of all, what would that be? And then how long will it take you to drink a bottle?
See, my everyday drinker would probably be just like a sipper, probably just an Eagle Rare, easy.
Okay.
10 years, delicious. Or I enjoy the Weller Antique as well, the 107. I enjoy drinking both of those.
Yep.
Usually
it's one of my favorites.
Pretty easy to get your hands on in comparison to other states here.
Yeah.
So I enjoy drinking both of those, but unfortunately, it seems more so the decanter series has gone down faster than either of those. so I opened up that when we moved in about a month ago, and that's about 25% full.
Oh my
so
God.
it's just been a lot of drinking with a lot of people that have been coming over and
Hey, that's
celebrating.
what it's for.
Yeah, celebrating, right.
That's
exactly.
what it's for. That's
exactly.
what Adam and I talked about last week, is just what bourbon means to us. And this is what it means. I mean, there are certain bottles, which I have a Blanton's Gold, which I'm saving and likely going to try and bring to the hospital with me for when the baby's born.
I don't blame you.
Being my last name's Gold, it's kind of a cool thing. I've never had it before. So I'm going to bring it in one of my Agent or travel series decanters that I've got on the way.
You got one of those travel series. Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It's on the way. So I'm going to put it in there and then have some Blanton's Gold. But I think my everyday sippers kind of change. I'm on such a kick of Elijah Craig stuff.
Oh, okay.
So right now I have like 4 bottles of Toasted Barrel, and I think I have 4 bottles of their, what was the one they recently put out?
They had the B522 there.
Yes.
The barrel proof B522.
Yeah. So I think I have 2 bottles of those. I think I have 3 bottles of them actually. And then I have 1 bottle of the OHL Q pick.
Oh, that's right. You got one of the private barrels.
Yeah. But like last night I had Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel, and I would say, a bottle will probably last me a couple months because I like to rotate things.
Yeah.
But you also don't want it to once it gets lower than that, like 25% full bottle, I either like to drink it or I like to pour it into a smaller bottle so that the air inside the bottle doesn't distort the notes coming out of it.
Right. That's kind of what like my special bottle, we'll go with special bottles. My 4 Roses 21 limited edition has about maybe 2 ounces left. And that was probably a year old.
Okay.
So those special occasion bottles probably live about a year.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Real quick before we jump off, what is the biggest challenge you have right now? Well, first of all, what are the ages of your kids again?
2.5 and 10 months.
Okay. So what is the biggest challenge you face with either or both of them? Like maybe your daughter has one big challenge and your son has another challenge. What are the toughest things right now that you're dealing with?
Lila, being a 2.5-year-old, has some big feelings.
Big feelings.
Big feelings as in she can get frustrated. She can get angry.
The terrible twos.
That's what they call it. Okay. Yeah. And there's a lot of learning going involved. There's a lot of emotions she goes through.
Okay.
And it's teaching her how to understand what she's feeling and how to kind of work herself out of it in a calm fashion.
Okay. So how do you go about doing that? Every child is going to be different the way you communicate with them. Mm-hmm. But what are you doing? Let's say she has a temper tantrum, which is what a lot of people will call it.
Yeah. So if she wants space, she can have space. If she wants a hug, she can have a hug. We talk about what her heart's feeling, and then we take some deep breaths and kind of really just communicate through what her feelings are doing.
Okay.
And why she's feeling the way she's feeling, and what she can do on the other side of it to kind of calm herself down or find a solution.
Interesting.
So it's really just communicating to her like an adult. Like, this is what you're feeling.
Yeah.
Let's understand why you're feeling this way.
Like, do you actually tell her, like, hey, like, I know you're upset right now. Mm-hmm. What are you upset about? Like, is that the kind of the path you
exactly
take? Okay.
What's your heart feeling? Why do you feel that way? Do you understand why you feel that way? If not, let's explain why you feel that way.
Man, so I can really utilize my sales experience here, because I feel like that's what I do with my doctors.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. Yeah, you're selling how to fix, I guess, your hard times.
And I mean, any salesperson is trying to find a solution for their customer.
Mm-hmm. That's
so
it,
my baby is now going to be my customer.
Yeah, they're your customer. You're finding a solution. Exactly.
Okay. That's again something I've never thought of, and it just kind of popped in my head while you're sitting here.
No.
What about your son?
He's it's more so making sure he doesn't, because he's climbing on things, he's walking across things. It's more so just making sure he physically does not really hurt himself.
Okay. Can you just put a hockey helmet on him?
I mean, that's the safe thing. They have helmets for kids, and it's something that you think about every day. Like, geez, oh man. The other day, he climbed up on the table. He hit his chin. He was crying. He hit his forehead. He was crying.
Oh man,
it's a lot of bumps and bruises.
Okay. Wow. There's a lot ahead of me, and I'm looking forward to it. We're now at 31 weeks.
Yeah, I think you guys are at single digits.
32, something like that. Somewhere around there. I think
the board says 30 over there.
The board says 30. I think it's actually 31. My wife has this little board where she puts how far along. I don't know if that's for her or if that's just a reminder for me.
Yeah. Probably more so UA Corp. 10 weeks left.
Yeah. Which we'll get into some interesting stuff in the next segment here. But I think that kind of wraps it up. I think I'm sorry about your last Friday experience, having to stay overnight. Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's not.
Right.
But hey, you got a bottle of Eagle Rare out of it, and keep working with your kids on communicating. It's a good pointer for me, and maybe some other people out there. So we're gonna wrap up today, and as always, bottles up.